on yet. Face it. Chop, chop.
Oh, coffee away. Sorry. Hello and welcome to Realexcel Epilepsy Portal, where it's all about seizures and epilepsy and everything we can think of on the subject. I'm here today with Virginia, who is...
Hello!
Virginia...
I am an expert in the subject.
Virginia is the know-how, experience on expert on the subject. Her epilepsy has started when she was 13, that we know of. So her seizures have started. She was diagnosed with epilepsy shortly after, and she has had a lot of different types of seizures. And today we're going to be talking about so this is called Seizure Talks. This is going to be something that we're going to do every Friday whenever it's possible, whenever Virginia is available and okay to do so. And we're going to be talking about different types of seizures. So there was one video that already came out. We had a talk with Virginia and her sister, and we had just generally talked about different types of seizures. And today we're talking about drop seizures. All right. Drop seizures are called atonic seizures or atonic. Atonic.
Google pronounces it atonic because Google does not pronounce everything correctly.
Okay.
Because it's a machine.
Okay, so it's correctly by Virginia standards.
By medical standards.
Okay, please don't correct me. Thank you. Akinetic or drop attack. Okay, so those are two different names. Now, what Virginia has called it, and we have figured out that she used to have these years ago. That we didn't know what type of seizures they were at the time. She called it noodle legs. All right, you remember the noodle legs?
Yes.
Okay.
Noodle legs. I would lose the function of my muscles in my legs.
Okay, and some people have head drops. So I don't know if I have not seen any of those in you. No. So Virginia has not.
I don't remember.
Head drops.
Maybe after tonic-clonic seizure, like my neck would feel weak, but.
Oh yeah, the muscles go limp. That's a normal thing after tonic-clonic. Okay.
Yeah, but this is a different story.
I will shortly tell you about what atonic seizures are and the description, and then Virginia is gonna tell you all about her experience with those types of seizures. All different types of
hello to the 5 people watching currently.
Hello everyone. Thank you for joining us. And so Virginia has had a lot of she has had a lot of injuries because of it, and she will tell you all about it. Okay, so atonic seizures cause muscles to go limp. I'm gonna turn it around, and then I'm gonna actually post this in, if I can. I can't. Okay, so
what are you trying to do?
I'm trying to turn it so I can read it. Okay, so it causes muscles to go limp. The body may slump or crumble to the ground. Okay, so
often causing injuries. You have to finish the sentence.
Often causing injuries. Okay, so that's what Virginia is going to be talking about today, and she will tell you about her experience. So you may even have those kind of seizures and not know about it. Okay. Now what's next? Okay, so I was going to ask Virginia what that you can tell me what it looks and feels like to you, but we're going to talk about it just in a minute. I want to finish the description because I want to describe it correctly, so anyone who's watching and who has those type of seizures, that they know what they are, and if they have them, that they would recognize that's what they have. Okay? Yes. Okay, I think she thinks that I'm upset or anything, but I'm excited. So
no, that's not what I think. I think I'm tired.
Oh, you're tired? Okay. All right. So the areas of the brainstem responsible for increasing and decreasing muscle tone are close together. Okay.
Right, your R's like V's.
So the increasing that would be myoclonic, what Virginia has as well, and we're gonna talk about it in future videos. And then atonic is when the muscle tone decreases and then it goes limp, and then a lot of them happen in a lower part of the body. They can be partial, or the person can go completely limp, the whole body. A lot of people fall down on the face, and it has happened to Virginia, with me being present a few times because she had no auras before that. So yeah. Now treatment options, maybe we can talk about it later. uh, Atonic, okay, so this is a different type of description. This one I got from Wikipedia. Atonic or drop seizure is it's a type that causes, what? Oh, that consists of partial or complete loss of muscle tone. Virginia, you're not making fun of me, are you? Behind my back? Because, she likes to do that. Are you? No, not good.
I went like
Okay.
this.
All right. So, complete loss of muscle tone that is caused by temporary alterations in the brain function. These seizures are brief
Where did the
and
car person go?
usually last fewer than 15 seconds. So, that's what Virginia was usually conscious, and that's what happens in drop seizures. And sometimes people, I don't know, sometimes she did lose consciousness when she fell down, and sometimes she didn't. So the drop seizures, you usually preserve consciousness, and it lasts a few seconds. Now, predominant loss of trunk muscle control can result in
Muscle.
direct injuries from falling. Neck muscle loss will cause head drops. Okay, you know what? I'm sorry, but I am gonna turn this now because this is really. Yeah. And
There
then
you go.
this way I don't have to twist my neck. All right.
It's the good
Oh,
kind
this
of
is so
picture.
much better.
Okay.
Okay. So neck muscle loss will cause head drops, which I already talked about, and that's when people usually, fall on the face. The front part goes limp, and head injuries. So these seizures are, when it comes to injuries, they're just as bad as tonic-clonic seizures. All right. Some people may become paralyzed in part of their body. It's usually about 3 minutes or less. So this is the description of it, and then
That's
right
if
now,
you're lucky.
that's right now we're gonna go to Virginia's gonna tell you all about her experience with those type of seizures. And
if you have questions, feel free to ask the questions. And no matter if I'm talking or Mama's talking already, okay? So for me, the drop seizures, the ones that I mostly have, it sounds weird to say it, and some people might think I'm crazy, but it feels like a ghost is pushing me. Like this. Like on my chest, they're pushing me back, and then I fall on my butt. But with the ankle injury that I got, where I broke my ankle, and when I broke my toes on the other foot, that wasn't the case. I was surprised afterwards, after I stopped screaming and had help with my pain. I was surprised that I had actually fallen sideways, because normally I would fall backwards and fall on my butt, and I would be fine and be safe. And I was actually angry at myself for falling sideways, and it made it so much worse that I had this broken ankle and that I had to get surgery for. And yeah, it just made me so much more angry, because I do feel angry at myself for having seizures, but it just made me angrier that the seizure I had didn't act the way I thought it would act. it didn't act the way I wanted it to. And then I got a broken ankle.
Well, you didn't want the seizure in the first place. It wasn't
Exactly.
invited, so...
That's why I'm angry at myself for having the seizures.
Okay, you should not be angry at
Mama,
yourself
that's
for
a
having
normal, Mummy, that's a normal emotional feeling for people who have chronic illnesses. It's perfectly normal for somebody to feel angry at themselves because they blame themselves because they think it's their fault that they have a certain condition.
Okay, so I'm gonna tell all of you, like I tell Virginia, is if you feel angry at yourself, forgive yourself. Okay,
it's not that easy.
Understand. Okay, this is practicing mindfulness. I am not. Nobody's gonna just like that. Light switch off. It's not gonna happen.
Exactly.
But what I'm saying is for people to practice mindfulness, and whenever they remember that they feel angry, that they can forgive themselves, and that they are mindful, and they you gotta love yourself even. Yes.
Stacy, hello, first of all.
Hi, Stacy.
She says,
welcome.
thank you so much for describing how this feels. My daughter can't do this for us. I always worry about how it feels and the frustrations with it.
Yes, so thank you for commenting because that's what happens to a lot of us. And it's like for Virginia, she had to go through different experiences, and every time it becomes something new and something that you don't understand, it's very scary. Why don't you tell me about that?
I don't really feel it as
Scared anymore?
Scary.
You used to be very scared of seizures happening, right? You remember that?
Maybe I was scared, but the way I felt was angry, pissed off, because I didn't want my brain to have this, so I was telling my brain, you better not have a seizure. I don't want you to have a seizure. You better not have a seizure.
Yes, I remember that.
And for me, it was, most of the time I just felt annoyed. If I had even a myoclonic jerk, that just made me feel so annoyed because first of all, if my mom saw me have it, then she'd be like, okay, now you have to lay down in bed, you can't do anything. That's what it felt like. You can't do anything. You're basically stuck to the bed all day.
Yeah. So that's
and then if I had a drop seizure, like the ones that I had where I would fall on my butt and I was doing something, it was just to me annoying, and that's why I was angry a lot, because I was trying to get things done and I wouldn't be able to get things done. Or it would be an inconvenience to me, and that's why it would make me angry, because it means I have to wait longer to get this thing done because the seizure is in the way.
Okay, so I wanted to talk about that a little bit, and then Virginia can jump right back in because it's her experience. First of all, years ago, Virginia started having those types of seizures, and we didn't understand. She was on the lantern actually at that time, and we did not understand. If you don't have proper, let's say, meds tweaked to your body, okay? It has to. Everyone is different. Everybody's body and brain functions differently.
Yeah, but the lantern was hurting my liver.
So anyways, yes, it was. And we were at this point years ago for at least a year, okay, where I was scared to leave home because it was like she went through different phases. She always had tonic-clonic.
And I was a teenager, so I was very
yes, very
very rebellious
active and
against
active.
everything.
Yes. Yes. So
Everything you wanted to say to keep me inside the house.
well,
And keep me in my bed. I didn't want to be in the bed, stuck in bed all day, so I would just rebel. I just do whatever I wanted.
yes.
As soon as you left, I do whatever I wanted.
Yes, but the thing was that she could not even walk to the bathroom, and the bathroom was like literally 10 steps away from her bedroom, okay, without falling down a few times. So I had to walk her at that time. I had no knowledge of things that, you don't think about those things to help her to have a commode chair. Don't do that, Virginia, because it breaks my thought.
Your concentration.
My concentration. Okay. So we have gotten her commode chair after her last visit to the EMU and her last experience with those atonic seizures that broke both of her legs.
We were working on getting it since I broke my ankle.
Yeah. So
and we finally got it after the trip to the EMU.
Yeah. So that was like 2 months later.
And now we have a travel. We have a 2-wheel walker.
So we have 2-wheel walker, commode chair.
And we have a wheelchair as well. There's a travel wheelchair. You can take the big back wheels off so that you can fit it in the car.
Fall prevention mat. Well, we have a fall prevention mat right by her bed, which obviously only helps if you're right at the bed, but that's when most of the falls happen because she would get up too fast, or you're still not your body didn't have time to get the balance. So for a lot of
get the blood to all of the
limbs. So a trick for a lot of people, if you have this condition, you sit up on the bed as you wake up, or even if you were just laying down, you sit up on the bed,
take a few breaths,
let your body get used to upright position for, I don't know, 30 seconds, a minute, and get up slowly, okay, and then walk, which will help your body to balance itself out. Okay, yeah. I'm not saying whatever is gonna happen is not gonna happen.
I've noticed that the days that I do that, I don't feel as bad as I normally do. But yeah.
So I want to go back, okay, because this is something that's really important. We didn't have this years ago, and this would have helped me, okay, as a caregiver. It would have helped me a lot. The commode chair. Okay, so when Virginia's legs now were broken, all she had to do is transfer, or even with when she was having like the seizures, all she had to do is transfer from the bed to the commode, and I would take the care of the rest. But this helps a lot when she can't walk.
You can't take care of the rest. I still have to exit everything from my body.
Really?
But then she would take care of the rest.
Poop joke. Okay.
I
all right.
Joke.
So commode chair. Okay. Now 2-wheel walker also helped Virginia a little bit
with balance.
With balance. That's not a prevention. Yeah, it's not a prevention. But the commode is the best. If you are really, really like falling down all the time, commode is one of the best things for you to get. And
I mean, you can still fall if you like fall forward and nobody's watching you. So like,
I was just gonna say that helmet for those. I didn't put the helmet down, but helmet for those who have the Atonic, where they drop face down. And Virginia had a few of those that I saw personally in the past. Okay, so helmet for those. If you have those all the time, you need to protect your head. All right?
But you don't understand. We don't. It just doesn't. We're not riding bikes. We don't want to wear helmets.
Okay, so yes, I have tried to get Virginia.
I'm not in football. I'm not playing football, am I? I'm not in the NFL. I don't want to wear a helmet.
And this always.
I'm not playing hockey. I don't want to wear a helmet. I'm not playing baseball. I don't want to wear a helmet.
Okay, are you back in your teenage years? Because you're not. Okay.
Oh, I wish. I wouldn't have a broken ankle or broken toes.
So again, for those of you who have those, I strongly advise to get a helmet. And it's also, it's your choice. And if you have those types of seizures, you really need to use that, because head injuries are the ones that can, put a person at a lot worse situation than they are in right now. And using the preventative measures like a commode, the two-wheel walker was helping when she could walk. Okay, now that's not going to prevent you from falling down. It's going to help you a little bit with the balance. But
If
if
you
your legs,
can't walk with one leg, then the two-wheel walker helps, because then you can put your weight on the leg that does work and then get to the place where you need to go.
yeah, if both of your legs go limp, a two-wheel walker is not going to help you. You're still going to fall down. Okay,
Yeah.
fall prevention mat. Now I have put links to a lot of these in the description below. I'm gonna add the helmet, and I'm gonna, yeah, and we have the commode already, I'm pretty sure.
You
If
mentioned
not,
the
I will.
commode like 3 times.
No, I'm saying that I'm gonna put the links. So this is for US. So you go to the part where it says in the US, then in Canada, and I have posted some links for the UK as well. All right. And going back to the years before, where Virginia had, where she was going through her teenage
Rebellious stage.
rebellious age. And I was, as her caregiver, I was really scared to leave home.
Mama, you're scared
I was
anyway
scared.
now. Like,
I was scared to sleep. No, I can sleep
scared
now.
to sleep. No, you can't. Not you watch you fall asleep after watching Grey's Anatomy for hours.
I fall asleep after
When you can't keep your eyes open anymore.
Yes, that's pretty much it.
You watch Grey's Anatomy
no,
with your eyes closed.
We're not here to teach you bad habits, okay? We're here to teach you good
We're
ones.
teaching you what not to do.
So sleep at night, okay?
Right now.
Be active and up during the day. Be outside.
Enjoy the sun. The sun is beautiful. Even in the winter, the sun shows your face. Shows your face. Shows on your face, so you still get the vitamin D.
Yeah. So
Even though it's less of it.
When Virginia had this years ago, so it was almost for about a year, she was not going outside almost anywhere. The only time that I would take her in a car with me somewhere where we had to go, and
if it was a doctor's
I would have to, a lot of times I would have to walk her. We lived in a basement, so it was I would have to walk her up and down the stairs. Very scary. If you guys are looking for a new place to live, always consider having stairs, or not having stairs, having elevator, and having a wheel accessible place.
Okay, Stacy says, my daughter won't wear a helmet either. She's fractured her cheekbone, battered her face, and big bumps on her head, but refuses the helmet still at 22. Well, yes. I'm 26, and
she's still rebellious, so yeah.
I still don't want to wear a helmet.
Yeah, so yes, we understand that, and
So tell your daughter I got her beat.
Unfortunately, maybe get her involved. I don't know, is your daughter involved in any of your local epilepsy community support groups? Because that might help her to make that decision.
Just search epilepsy support group in the area that you live in, the city that you live in. Yes. Or town, whatever.
Yeah, we don't know where you are, so you can use Google to, I'm pretty sure that if you have one in your area. And Virginia, I got Virginia involved many years ago, and she loved it, and she still loves it.
Well, I refused many times before I finally said, okay, fine, Mom. And then I went to it, and then I was actually happy that I went, because first of all, I got out of the house. Second of all, I actually had fun. I think we were dancing that time or something. I don't know. But it was actually fun, and I actually enjoyed my time, and I actually made friends, and people that I'm still friends with to this day, like actively talk to. So that's pretty good. And
answer probably to my question.
No, she says they're in Kansas.
Oh, you are in Kansas? Oh my God.
Do you
This-
have ruby slippers?
No, do you know that this I was talking about when I was talking in the other live streams. I was showing Kansas as a like as an example of looking through Google and stuff. I was always showing Kansas. That is just so amazing.
Okay.
Coincidence.
Yeah.
So yeah, so going back to again to having those for a prolonged time. Now, do you have any other help equipment that you're using at home? Like I know it's hard. Like Virginia's a little bit older, so with I remember reading some of the I remember reading your comments before, and what are you doing, huh?
You spelled disinfectant wrong.
Okay.
An I, not an E.
Where does it say?
Disinfect.
Okay. Can you please? All right. Virginia,
I don't care.
can you please sit down?
There, now
Thank
it's
you.
better. What? I don't.
Okay. So,
Stacy
Virginia.
said shower chair is awesome. Why did it bother me? And you're. What is.
Oh, so you use the shower chair. Now, with Virginia seizures, I am scared to use the shower chair. Like I'm sure that you have managed. Like I said, everybody has different, different types of seizures, and they happen differently. Even if they are, let's say, tonic-clonic or they are atonic, everybody's body acts differently. Okay, so you obviously tailor the equipment that you need to your personal needs. And like for example, for Virginia, shower chair is not a good choice. So she's been finally, after so many years, she's been finally started to take
Sitting.
bath sitting down. We got her nice. Can you please not fix my stuff? Okay, she has a problem with spelling things and she needs to. Okay, so she wants to fix all the spelling mistakes. Okay. It'll make her happy. And what was I talking about? I forgot.
You were talking about the shower chair that I was sitting, that I'm finally sitting in.
Oh, okay. So yeah, so now we got her the best choice because she had a lot of falls in the bathtub, a lot of really bad bangs on the head, very bad injuries, and a lot of them I would be so scared because she refused to sit down and in the bathtub. So she at those times I would be sitting in the bathroom on the toilet, just waiting for her and listening, if she's okay. There were times when I actually caught her um, while she started having a seizure. Other times I didn't. So, it all depends. And she doesn't have auras, so it's a really difficult thing to deal with because if she doesn't have auras, she obviously doesn't know when she's going to have a seizure. All right. But I am very happy that she finally decided that she's going to sit in the bathtub. We got a nice, really long mat that with good suction cups. That may make a big difference. Like if your child doesn't want to sit down and they feel uncomfortable because let's say bathtub floor doesn't feel comfortable, get them let's say a colorful mat, one that they like, or even ask them, go online and give them a few choices. Would you like this one or would you like this one? And sometimes they may be happy to get something because they like the color or because they like the design, and they're going to be more willing to do so. Okay, so Virginia, I really wanted to talk about your last atonic experience in the last couple of years, okay? Because she's been going through. So for a while after she was on the Lantern, we have changed her medication to a different one. What did we switch to? Do you remember what you had after?
I don't know.
Okay, so we have
Clobazam, maybe? I don't know if that was after or before.
we have tweaked it. We have changed the medication, and with
Too
that,
many times.
her seizures changed. So she no longer had
No, I added more seizures.
different ones. Yes, we added more. So she still had those, but not as many. So she wasn't falling down all the time, and that was a huge help. So I mean, doesn't matter how long you've been, if you have intractable epilepsy, uh, keep on looking for a way to help you to control seizures. Okay, even if they're not completely controlled, at least get some kind of control, and keep on changing, keep on looking for ways to find the solution. Okay, so some of them treatment options for these type of seizures, which are usually the same for most seizures, are, what is this?
Physio.
Oh, because you're going to physio.
That's medical therapy. It's
No,
regarded
this is
as medical therapy.
No, honey. This is medical treatment options for seizures, for drop seizures. Okay, so medical therapy is medications. Okay, then you have diet. I'm not gonna get into it. I just want to give you examples.
This
so
the surgery option is not available for everybody who's
Okay.
not eligible.
So, okay, let me talk. So, medical is the meds. So, as I said, if they're not working, you need to tweak it. Sometimes a neurologist could prescribe medication that is too strong, that is too much. If you have any really bad reactions, you stop immediately. Okay. Dietary therapy. So that's usually the
Ketogenic
the
diet for some
ketogenic
people.
diet. Virginia could never go on it, so she never wanted to go on it. She said she's not gonna go through it.
I
so.
tried the ketogenic diet as a vegan, and it was very hard because basically I would have to drink a bottle of oil every day.
Yeah. So okay, nerve
That's
stimulation.
expensive.
Nerve stimulation is another option. Surgery is an option for some people. Okay, so if they're not, Virginia's not eligible for surgery. I know, Stacy, you told me, or you said in the last video that your daughter had VNS, and that that still doesn't help 100%. So what I understand with the VNS, that it takes time to also tweak it. So just like medication, VNS has to be adjusted. And I don't know if you guys go back and keep on adjusting.
I have
Supposed
a
to
friend
have
who has VNS.
equipment at home that helps you to adjust it. I don't know if you have that, or if you are like going to the doctor and having it done over there. So I would really appreciate a comment if you have on that, because Virginia didn't have VNS, so I'm not very familiar with it yet. Okay.
VNS is only available to people if they if the doctors can find where the source
Virginia, you are pushing this, honey. Can you step forward a little bit?
where
With
the
your chair.
source leave it where the source of the seizure is coming from.
Okay, so yes, so they can only
Not if somebody has generalized seizure, because then that's basically giving them an electric shock to the whole brain.
Yes. So first of all, I want
And with the VNS, have to change the battery. We have 5 now.
Okay. Yes. So battery. What about adjusting it? Like you're supposed to adjust it.
The
From what
doctors have to adjust it.
I
I'm
remember.
pretty sure.
Yeah. So I wanted to say that because this I was reading this before, but I wanted to just go back on it. That the areas of the brainstem responsible for increasing and decreasing muscle tone are close together. So Virginia has atonic and myoclonic, okay, because they're very close together. So that does not necessarily mean that you have both. Okay, you could have just atonic, or you could have just myoclonic. They could be whole body, or they could be partial. All right, so it all
You could have
depends.
it both at the same time. One part of the body is atonic, and the other part of the body is myoclonic.
Oh, I don't know about that. I'm not.
It's rare, but it does happen.
I don't know that about that. Okay, so I've personally I have not
I know people that
known
has
about
happened
this.
to.
Okay, so are you talking about? We're talking about?
You don't know him.
Okay.
From the group.
Okay. So yeah, Virginia has had a lot of experience with that. Um, any comments? Cause this
No.
one. Okay. So in her last 2 years, so before she just went to the EMU, before Virginia went to the EMU, after she had the after her both of her bones broke in her legs. We were lucky that we had a really good neurologist in that hospital that helped her, first of all, to find
That
proper.
doctor used to work in the EMU.
No, who are you talking about?
Talking about the one at St. Joe's, she used to work in the EMU. That's why she got us to the EMU so fast.
Oh, okay. So, because Virginia couldn't walk, they were gonna, and I could not because I'm disabled as well. So, if she was completely disabled, I don't know if I'd be able to like do everything. So, they were gonna put her in a extended care home, and that's usually for older crowds, so she would not get the support that she needs for epilepsy. So, her neurologist actually fought for her, and this is a great thing for you guys if that ever happens
If
to
you
you.
find a neurologist that's
You know,
actually willing to fight for you.
find a neurologist who's going to help you to tweak the meds and to find a proper combination, and
Even if
who.
it's not meds, that is the problem, is that they're always trying to find a way to help you.
Yeah, and if
That's a good doctor.
and one that, let's say, if you need extended care, that perhaps you might be sent, they could push it over a little bit, and get you in the EMU in your area, okay, for that amount of time, because by the time Virginia was done at the EMU, you were able to walk. She got the support at the EMU. She had physio at the EMU to help her start walking and stuff like that. So she had all kinds of support over there. Right? That's what we're talking about.
Well, that's because
Toronto
it was in a.
EMU.
That is because it was in a big hospital with a lot of sections,
Yeah.
and so it definitely helped.
Yeah.
Wait. So Stacy said Joanna has generalized with multifocal start points. It has to be adjusted by her neurologist until therapeutic. She still has them, but they are not as long or as severe as they were without it.
Okay. So like yes, so that's really good, because like I find relief when Virginia is better. I find that I can sleep better. I find that, I feel I can do more things. And when her quality of life increases, mine increases as well, and I'm pretty sure that's how you feel. So this is really important that that you have that relief, that she doesn't have as many seizures, and you don't have to worry as much. um, Now, Virginia was before the EMU. Virginia was almost, was it how long? Year or 2 years that you were like almost bedbound? It was at least a year. Yes, it was a full year, because that was from the summer before,
Mm-hmm.
from all the way from the summer before, where she stopped.
All the way through winter.
Because she used to, at the beginning of the spring, she used to walk her dog.
I used to go for long walks with my dog. Like, he would have like at least like 3 hours of walking
So
in just one trip.
Okay, so and then suddenly, things change for her, and I don't know. I don't think we changed medication at that time. Did we even change any meds? I don't think so. We might have.
No, we changed it way after.
So, this just started happening to her, and she started staying at home,
And staying
and
in
staying at
bed
home and
and
staying in
sleeping
bed.
all day.
And it came to the point where she was like just 24/7. She was in bed, even during
Why
the
I didn't
day.
want to get out of bed.
Okay, so yes, so she was
Because in
scared.
my mind, no, I wasn't scared. I just felt like, what's the point?
Oh, okay.
What's the
So
point of getting out of bed? Like, I could just be in bed and not do anything, and then it'd be fine.
Stacy, how does your daughter, how does she feel
But I got
about
out
this?
of bed.
Does she like to stay in bed, or does she like to be active and do things?
It's better to be out of bed.
Okay, so yes,
Except for when you're sleeping.
that's what I was getting
You
at,
should be in bed
because
when you're sleeping.
when Virginia was spending all this time in bed, and it was for a whole year, obviously she was not going out. We had her when we went for a physical, because if you have seizures, you have to, and you are on anti-epileptic meds, you need to have your liver and some of your,
You
your
have to have
blood.
your organs checked.
You have to have your organs checked. You make sure that your body is okay in
So the
every other
doctor
way.
said I was deficient in vitamin D, and that's because I was inside all the time.
So yes, vitamin D
And I
deficiency.
never had that deficiency before when I was out all the time.
Yeah. So that's a huge problem for a lot of people, and that was a problem for her. Her bones got brittle because of it, because we have built calcium, so she has a lot of calcium in her body, but she is low on magnesium and vitamin D3. Yes.
My girl had 2 strokes before birth. She's much better than anybody predicted, but still delayed.
But still what?
Delayed.
Okay, so yes, I'm sorry, because when I'm sorry to hear that it is very difficult to watch your children go through these difficult times.
I tell you, I tell you, just don't worry. Just trust that it'll be okay, but you still worry. Just you, Mama, I need you to have a healthy heart, not a heart that's scared, going boom, 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 boom all the time because you're worried. You need to just.
You can't help. Mama can help it. Well, yes. So I was talking about emotional balance yesterday, and emotions in epilepsy. So that goes for caregivers as well. It's important to keep balance for both of you, because first of all, if you calm and you help that person to keep calm, things are gonna be obviously better for both. Yes.
And Stacy says, Virginia is awesome for me as we don't know how our girl feels as she cannot verbalize it. Our girl is awesome, but Virginia makes me feel better. You're welcome. I am very glad that I make you feel better.
So yeah, so I'm pretty sure, thank you so much for that. I'm pretty sure that that helps you a little bit
She said smiley face.
to understand, as you said, to understand how your daughter may feel. And this is actually, that's why Virginia is here today, because I wanted her to tell you how it feels, okay, how it feels to have these seizures. And today we're talking about drop seizures. So tell me how it feels to you, whatever comes to mind. Tiring. Okay, so a lot of meds are tiring.
Well, not just the meds. It's just being tired.
Being tired.
After the seizure, you tired because like the thing is, the meds, they're designed. The meds that are specifically designed to stop the seizures they stop, like it messes up your memory as well, because It's designed to
Oh.
slow down the neural pathways from like going haywire, and that's what the seizure is going in the brain. But like it makes my thinking a lot slower. Mm,
So the thinking process is slower. The memory.
memory is not like quick, like I want it to be, and it's like um I'm basically tired all day, every day. But like, I mean, recently I've been like forcing myself to do stuff so that I do stuff rather than stay in bed all day, because it's better if I do stuff than because my body would be less healthy if I stayed in bed all day.
Okay, yes.
But it's very tiring, I would say. And then at the end of the day, like especially if you have seizures during the day, it's like makes you even more tired, and then you're exhausted. Like sometimes I could be up for like 4 hours and then want to go back to sleep already,
So,
but I feel exhausted and want to sleep.
yeah. So does Stacy? Does your daughter sleep a lot? Like, does she, or is she mostly like
And
active
Stacy
during the
said,
day?
no, thank you, but
Thank you both
Mm.
for.
Thank.
Oh, you're welcome. So, like Stacy, do you go out with your daughter? Do you take her out? Just being outside, or do you mostly stay home? Because I wanted to pinpoint that because of Virginia staying home for more, like for last year, more than a year, her bones. We found out that her bones are bones of an older person that
That they're
are
not dense enough
that they're
for
not
my
dense enough,
age.
and we found out because Virginia had surgery on her ankle, and the surgeon told me that he's very surprised that her
He
bones
said
are like
after the
that.
surgery because he saw how the bones
Well,
were.
he couldn't say it before because he didn't see it
Okay,
before. Yeah.
well, I was gonna say, you were talking about the going outside thingy.
Mm-hmm.
My mommy, like last year, she would ask me if I wanted to come with her to go out places. And I had so many opportunities to go out just to even just go for a ride, and I always turned them down because I just didn't want to go. I just didn't want to even move. I kind of wanted to like build a cocoon and just stay in the cocoon and just feed on the cocoon, and that's it.
Okay, but tell me, why didn't you? I know you said that you didn't want to go, but let's say why. Like, can you describe your feelings?
Like I felt like probably I like little bit wanted to go because like I wanted to get a house, but the factor that weighed more in my mind at that moment was, yeah, but it's so nice and cuddly in the bed,
Okay.
it's comfortable and safe, and you won't get hurt in the bed,
Yes, so getting out of your
even though you
comfort
can get
zone.
goodies when you go outside.
Yes. And she missed out on a lot of goodies because I
You
would still
know,
buy her goodies because whenever I could, I
she's
would
a
see
good
the
mama. She's the best mama.
I would see a huge smile on her face when I brought her stuff that she likes. And these are some of the pleasures that you can you feel happy
When
when you
you're a
see
parent,
somebody when you see someone else happy, especially a
somebody that you
child.
love, that you
Yeah,
make them smile. It feels
yeah.
very good.
So yeah, no, and I tried to get Virginia out of home. Like, oh my God, so like sometimes I try to find different ways. I would motivate her. Sometimes I would say, I'll buy you this and that if you come. So if she would come, I would know that she is not like really, really depressed or not really that bad. So
That
it's
is
like,
not a really bad day,
yeah, so
because
that
I
would be
have good days and
probably
bad days.
that would probably be the day where she felt that it's more the bed is more comfy than going outside. But the really, really bad days, she would just say, "No, mommy, I
Yeah,
don't
but
want to
even
go."
though I've been feeling that, like, I felt that, I felt that even yesterday, and that I felt like the bed would be so much better to just stay in bed all day and do nothing. But I still did stuff. I
Okay.
still went and did stuff.
Well, she made a commitment. She made a commitment because
Yes.
she's doing dog walking, and this is one of the things that caregivers and people who have epilepsy can do from home. So this is you work from
And
home.
doggies are wonderful. They're lovely. They give you so much love. I mean, the doggies I'm taking care of always try to make out with me, but I mean, they're boys. It's boys.
Boys will
They
be
like,
boys.
yeah.
Yeah.
But okay, so Stacy said that she sleeps, that her daughter sleeps on and off. We go places. She goes to an adult daycare where they do something daily. She does karate and judo for disabled.
Wow.
She's active
Nice.
even though she can be hurt when she seizes. Activities depend on how she feels.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
it's like
so that is super cool. You know, Stacy, that you get her, out of home. You give her all these activities. I have done some what do you call it? The work for free. What do you call that?
volunteering.
I had done some
Work for free.
Yeah, work for free is volunteering. So I have
Yeah,
done.
but work for free could be also be called as an intern.
No, interns get paid.
Not all interns get paid.
Okay, well, that's another story. Watching too much Grey's Anatomy.
That's
So
doctor's intern.
I was gonna say that I did some volunteer work at the adult center, and it's a great thing that you get her out of there. There's a lot of activities. Like I enjoyed that work a lot, and we moved away from the area, and then so I had to. Well, it was not feasible anymore, but it gave me an idea of how you can help your child to it's your child still, even though she's 22, how you can help her to have activities and to do fun things so she can enjoy life. You know what?
I'm
You know
tired.
what? Oh my God, those centers, I think you can get a thing from the government. That would be great for you
What?
to go to one of those centers so you have daily
No,
activities.
I have daily activities with doggies.
Okay.
I want to
doggies.
spend day with doggies because
Okay.
doggies is so. Wee! I love you so much. If you pet me, I'm gonna smile. Hey, belly rub, yeah.
Oh, okay. So,
So playing with the doggies is much better for me.
I'm gonna post a link for you guys to check out Rover, rover.com.
Bye-bye.
The link will give you, I think, some, is it $20 or $50 or something like that. It's gonna give you towards if you ever want to have your doggies taken care of, and you will be able to work from home. Okay, so I have taken that learning from Virginia. I have learned from Virginia last year. Okay.
You mean you have taken my business since you learned about it last year? I mean,
So
it's the same house. So
it's the
doesn't
same
matter.
household. So we already have two dogs, and we obviously try to find a way of bringing income, different ways of bringing income home, and help us to deal with what life throws at us. So that's a wonderful way. If you like pets, you have to, with dogs, you just have to walk them. Sometimes you make
No, you play with them too because the doggies need playing because that's mental stimulation. They like the stimulation.
It's a wonderful.
Cats are just like, hey, okay, you stay there, I'll stay in my space, and let's just give each other's bubbles.
Yeah, so it depends on how, if you want to take care of dogs, you need to walk them, okay, more than more than once, 2, 3 times a day, sometimes more if they're younger. If
A lot more if they're
if you're a
younger.
person who can't do a lot of walking, you can get cats, okay, and you take care of cats at your home. A lot of people do. They go away on vacations and they need someone to take care of their cats. So either dog walking or taking care of your dogs in your home, so someone who would bring it home. I really wanted to pinpoint this because a lot of people have financial hardship, and that's really really important. Any comments?
No.
I see comments. Oh, okay.
She says you are awesome. Thank you again.
Okay, so anything else that you would like to add more?
I would like to sleep.
I wanted to talk about first aid, okay? When these seizures happen, a lot of times, most of the times, and almost every single time, like in Virginia,
sleep after.
yes. Now, if they had concussion, okay, if they fell down and hit their head,
Yeah, if they hit their head, they can't sleep.
so there's a 2-hour period of time. If you're thinking they may have concussion, don't let them sleep for 2 hours, all right? Because that could put someone in a coma.
Oh, yeah, that actually somebody there was actually one comedian. I don't know if Drew Lynch. He got a baseball to the head or to the throat. I don't know, but he got a concussion and he didn't know that he got a concussion, and so he actually slept. He went to sleep because he was tired, and he wasn't supposed to, and he got a stutter after that.
Okay, so yes, it can affect the brain. So because of the concussion, if you are suspecting, don't
Hi,
let them
Sophie.
sleep. Hi, Sophie. So if you hi, thank you for coming onto this live stream. So if you have a concussion, don't sleep for 2 hours. Even doesn't matter how tired you are. Okay, if you are concerned about if it's really serious, always go to the emergency room and have it checked. Now, I wanted to pinpoint to learn how to learn the first aid. Okay, so you have hands-on at home, that that if someone has the injuries, and because the injuries do happen, there was a joke. I'm not sure.
Hands on.
Oh. Yeah, so you learn how to do first aid. Don't just do the first part of the first aid, do as many as you can.
Just because it's called first aid doesn't mean you just do the first part. You have to do all the parts of the first aid.
So learn how to address different types of injuries. This is very important. Have a first aid kit at home, okay? You can get it online, go on, I'm gonna post a link. You can get a nice first aid kit at home, and get someone, if you can. A lot of people who have epilepsy, get someone to live in with you, okay? If you live by yourself,
on your own, yeah,
and you have this type of seizures where you have a lot of injuries, it would be best that if you have a roommate, a friend, family member, it's sometimes it's not comfortable sometimes, and you gotta get out of your comfort zone. But this is something that might help you to go through this, and also for someone to take care of you if something happens to you. So living person is a great thing to have. And actually,
live in person, not like I'm hoping that they're living person, that they're a living person, but yeah, you said living.
Live in.
Yeah, but the way you said it sounded like living person. Of course, you need a living person to be a live-in person.
Okay, so my mom always corrected me.
Well, that not got your genes for sure. That's how you know.
No, you got my mom's genes.
That's your
Because-
genes from your mama.
Because if I make a mistake, it's okay with me. Like yes,
You're used to it.
I learned from it, but I'm not that super. It has to be corrected right away. It can be corrected next time. Okay.
No, next time you're gonna make the same mistake. You gotta correct it
No,
at the moment
if-
so your brain adjusts.
If
to
I
it.
already know it's a mistake, and this wasn't. If I already know it's a mistake, then I know.
You didn't know that disinfectant is spelled with an I, not an E.
I thought it was, but I.
It's not disinfectant. It's disinfectant.
Okay, so disinfectant. This is
You
now fixed.
disinfectant.
So
Like,
yeah.
yo,
So
infectant, I'm gonna get you.
in your first aid kit, okay, you should have
Gauze, disinfectant, bandages, etc.
So could be alcohol, rubbing alcohol, could be
Don't try to do it with drinking alcohol. I know some people are gonna do it. If you're in the wilderness and you have nothing else, then yes, do it with
that's why you
drinking
get the
alcohol.
first aid kit.
But it has to be liquor for it to be
If-
strong enough.
If you have a first aid kit, there's no liquor in it. You don't have to worry about that, okay?
Well,
There's gonna be hydrogen peroxide in there and bandages, etc. Okay, so that's obviously another video. Virginia is getting bored.
no, I'm getting even more tired and I want
Okay, she's getting more tired. So, if you guys have any more questions,
Please ask them now because
Virginia wants to go to sleep, I think. Yes?
no, you think so? I wouldn't have guessed.
Virginia wants to go to sleep. So, I thank you, Virginia, for being here.
You're welcome.
Today. Remember, Friday is gonna be time for
I
seizure
want to
talks.
poke your nose.
Okay,
Let me poke your nose.
for seizure talks. Remember to
Good.
relax
There, I'm better.
and unwind before you guys go to sleep, so you can get a good night rest.
Showers are always good before bed because then you feel nice and clean and relaxed, and you can sleep in bed and feel nice and relaxed and feel
And you
really
sleep
good
as
sleep
many hours as you can, as possible.
as you need. If you can sleep as many hours as you need to feel rested,
Okay, so
that's good.
I think there's a question.
Look forward to next week. That's what
Okay,
Stacy said.
Stacy. So I
I will
have.
see you next week.
I know I have posted Wednesdays are our caregivers nights, and then Fridays are gonna be seizure talks. Okay, so for now, next week Friday, we're actually gonna have a different day for the seizure talk next week because I'm gonna choose a different day because I'm gonna be away that day, so I won't be able to do it. But we'll probably do it on a Thursday instead. Okay, so Thursday next week, and then we're gonna be back to Fridays. All right, so thank you for joining us. Thank you for being with us today. Please like, subscribe, and share for epilepsy awareness. This is also to help people understand that. Okay, she's starting to get annoying. Let me just say thank you.
Starting to get annoying. Excuse me.
Okay, you've been annoying for quite some time.
Never.
So lots of love. This is for me. Lots of love to
And
from
lots of
Virginia,
love.
to all of you, and see you next time. Virginia, what's your?
I love you. Good night.
Virginia's ready to sleep. Okay.
What?
Mwah.
You didn't notice? You both?
Yeah.